Hello everyone, in this video I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Samina Pasha to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Samina Pasha's words. The first update is about today's GHQ attack case trial. Today, Imran Khan was supposed to join the court proceedings through a video link or WhatsApp call in the terrorism court. However, there was a boycott of the trial by Imran Khan's lawyers. Let's talk about why that happened and what went down. Moreover, there was quite a crowd outside Adiala today, with many people gathered for the day of the meeting, as it is also the day for a public assembly. I will update you on that as well. Another piece of news comes from Islamabad High Court, where a significant case of a poor and despicable nature was heard. I will explain why such a case came up. Additionally, Ali Amin Gandapur has also made a statement today which we will discuss. I request you all to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now let's first discuss the GHQ attack case, specifically the GHQ gate attack case, where Imran Khan, along with several other PTI leaders and workers, has been named. The trial was initially being heard in Adiala, but was later transferred due to the apparent goal of isolating Imran Khan. The trial was moved to the terrorism court, but the problem was how to present Imran Khan as a defendant given the circumstances. The solution was to conduct the trial via video link, something the court has never been comfortable with, nor has the government made any necessary arrangements for it. During the time when Imran Khan was shot in the leg and could not attend hearings in person, his lawyers requested that he be presented via video link. At that time, there was significant pressure on the government to make sure that he physically appeared in court for his bail hearings. Now, the situation has changed, and Imran Khan's lawyers are arguing that he should be allowed to appear through a video link in court, claiming that his rights are being affected in this setup. But here's the difference. When Imran Khan appeared via video link for his bail hearings, he was present physically in the jail, and his lawyers were able to communicate with him. The issue now is that the lawyers are not present with him in the courtroom, and Imran Khan is left alone, joining the trial via video link or WhatsApp call. This situation doesn't allow the lawyers to consult with him, discuss the case, or even have private conversations with him about the case, which is their right. The issue is exacerbated by the fact that the lawyers cannot even meet Imran Khan during breaks in the trial. As you know, even on Tuesdays, lawyers haven't been allowed to meet him. So how can the lawyers prepare the case if they can't even consult with their client? Currently, due to the government's control, the trial is being conducted in this way, which affects the defendant's rights. Imran Khan's lawyers have expressed that the video link system is not effective. Even today, when they tried to connect with Imran Khan via WhatsApp, there was poor connection quality. The voice was unclear and the video didn't come through properly. The lawyers couldn't hear anything properly, and the connection kept dropping, which led to the trial being boycotted. After this frustration, Salman Akram Raja, along with other members of the defense team, walked out of the courtroom, stating they could not proceed without being able to communicate with their client. However, the judge seemed determined to continue with the trial, declaring that if the lawyers wanted to boycott, it was up to them, but the trial would proceed without them. Despite the absence of the defense team, witnesses continued to appear and the trial continued. Salman Akram Raja came forward later to explain that this is not how a trial should be conducted. It is almost unprecedented in Pakistan's history for such a situation to arise where a trial proceeds without the defense lawyer being able to meet or communicate with the defendant. This is an extreme case that has caught the attention of many. People are uncomfortable with how things are being done, with Imran Khan's trial being conducted in such a questionable manner. It's one thing to hold a trial inside the jail, but it is rare to see a trial conducted remotely via WhatsApp call. While such provisions have been made for high-profile terrorists or criminals in the past, it was never intended for regular citizens or even former prime ministers. Every defendant has the fundamental right to a fair, open trial. An open trial means that the accused is presented physically in court, with the family, lawyers and the public able to witness and assess the transparency of the proceedings. Unfortunately, since Imran Khan's arrest, all of his trials have taken place inside Adiala jail. And even there, his lawyers and family have faced many restrictions. At times, family members couldn't meet him, and lawyers were restricted as well. Media representatives also had limited access to the trial. Only a few selected people were allowed to attend, which raises questions about the transparency of these proceedings. Today, despite it being a day for family meetings, Imran Khan's sisters and lawyers were not allowed to meet him. His family members, including his sisters, who are always trying to meet him, had to march to Adiala jail on foot as they were blocked from entering. Over the past few days, several PTI workers have joined them in solidarity. Today there was a significant gathering outside Adiala with many PTI workers and supporters arriving, as well as members of the Punjab Assembly. Over 100 members from the Assembly, including ticket holders, have gathered to show support and raise their voices against this injustice. The public assembly held there today is part of a larger effort to demonstrate against Imran Khan's imprisonment and the lack of his fundamental rights, including the denial of meetings with his lawyers and family. The supporters are demanding that the trial be conducted fairly and that Imran Khan's release be secured. His sisters, along with party members, are giving speeches condemning the injustice and calling for accountability. It is clear from the situation today that, even after 2 years, there is no gap between Imran Khan and his supporters. His party workers are still gathering at Adiala jail, pushing for his rights and showing that their loyalty has not wavered. Alima Khan, Imran Khan's sister, gave an important statement to the media. She mentioned that the Toshakana case, which has almost concluded, was also a part of the ongoing effort to undermine Imran Khan's position. There should be no decision or sentence announced in this case. And secondly, they also mentioned that the way the GHQ trial is happening, this is not a proper trial method. There is no requirement for a transparent trial process happening here. Apart from this, they also gave a very clear stance about the incident that occurred in Tira. They said that they were deeply distressed by seeing such videos of children, and now I believe that it has officially been confirmed that I am saying this officially because the Chief Minister of the province himself is saying that there has been collateral damage, and as a result of the bombing, these innocent people have lost their lives. So what does this mean? It confirms that the action there was a military operation. However, today, if you look at Pakistani newspapers, I was reading Jang newspaper, which had the headline stating that there was an explosion at the hideout of the militants, and as a result, 14 militants were killed. This is how they are presenting it. I also saw a viral breaking news template on ARY's social media, where instead of calling the deceased martyrs, they are calling them dead, and stating that they were militants who were allegedly killed in this operation. Now imagine if a few innocent children and women have lost their lives, and the next day they see in the newspaper headlines that our dear ones died and became part of collateral damage, and the words being used are that they were militants or terrorists, or that they were non-conformists. What would be the emotional toll on them? First, they have lost innocent loved ones, and then they are branded as militants. What do you think the emotional state would be like? Today, this is why the people of Bajor and Tira have organized a protest. They are raising their voices in anger, and there are even frightening slogans being shouted against the forces. So automatically the situation moves in a direction that we try to avoid, which is to prevent a rift between the army and the public. If such operations continue, where innocent civilians are killed, how will the people stand by you? The current protests by the affected people are alarming. Yesterday they even announced that they would lay siege to the Corps Commander House. However, the provincial government has also stepped in and tried to take charge of the situation. Ali Amin Gandapur, in his discussion today, confirmed that this situation cannot be defended if innocent civilians are dying in such operations. Although he announced aid, he understands that it is not a permanent solution. He also mentioned that this week they would reveal the names of those individuals who could engage in government-to-government talks with the Afghan government. He expressed some helplessness, stating that the matters related to these operations do not fall under the jurisdiction of the provincial government, and they cannot stop them through orders. But despite this, they will make every effort to resolve the issue through discussions and dialogue. He also reiterated that both his and Imran Khan's stance has always been that the issue can only be resolved through talks. Otherwise, it will be an endless war. Ali Amin Gandapur also mentioned the large gathering in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa that is planned for Peshawar, inviting people from other provinces as well to join the meeting on September 27th. He said that not only will the situation be discussed openly, but practical steps will also be taken and efforts will be made. This is an important point because Imran Khan had also stated that the ongoing operations should be explained to the public, the realities should be conveyed, and action should be taken against these operations. Ali Amin Gandapur has now said that detailed discussions regarding these operations and the damages caused will take place at the September 27th rally. He stressed that their constant message has been that the matter should be solved through dialogue and peace-building initiatives. Now let's move on to a significant case that came up in the Islamabad High Court today, which makes one feel embarrassed about the level our justice system and government have sunk to. Imagine, to humiliate a political opponent, to degrade them, to embarrass them, they go to any extent. The case regarding Idat has faced so much criticism, and even some of the government's own people have officially stated on record that this case should never have happened, and that it did a lot of damage. Many leaders of PMLN even distanced themselves from it, knowing that this was something so shameful that no one should take responsibility for it. But on the other hand, they didn't learn any lesson. They didn't stop there. Instead, they continued and even created more cases. They've created 300 cases, so what's the need to delve into family matters and make them public? Yet no, they do it again and again, showing that they can sink even lower. Now, a citizen named Shahid Yaqub, a well-known resident, filed a petition in the Islamabad High Court. He requested that Imran Khan and his wife, who are both in Adiala jail, should be allowed to meet in private. He also asked that their personal rights be respected and facilitated. This petition was filed in the Islamabad High Court, and no one raised an objection about it. No one questioned who he was, who gave him the right to bring this issue before the court. But no, there was no objection, and the case was immediately scheduled for a hearing. Now, PTI leaders, their lawyers and their families are disowning this matter, feeling embarrassed by the fact that this is being discussed publicly. But on the other hand, the ones doing this have no shame because they have become shameless. They went ahead and filed the petition, and Justice Arbab, who was once part of the group that used to write 6 letters, is now sitting as a judge, and this case was brought before him. He didn't even feel the need to ask why the petition was filed or why this matter was brought before the court. Instead, he simply asked who the petitioner was. The lawyer representing the petitioner responded that they were a supporter. After that, notices were issued to the concerned parties. This is the current state of our courts, that they are now deciding whether a husband and wife are fulfilling their marital duties or not. Our constitutional courts are now at such a level where they are making decisions about these personal matters based on the requests of individuals who have no connection to the issue. This is what's happening, and the reason is clear. When such matters are discussed publicly, dirt spreads, and the goal is to humiliate the opponent. This is the situation, and after the hearing, when media representatives tried to speak with the lawyer, he hid his face and quickly left, clearly wanting no one to speak to him or take his picture. This is the reality. Those who are carrying out these tasks know exactly what they are doing. Now, what harsh words can I use? But just imagine the judge, with both hands raised, deserves respect for sitting through this kind of case. And on the other hand, the ones sending this forward also deserve respect. But what about those who are merely puppets in this system? They are the ones we should be saluting for reaching this low point. Please don't turn this justice system into a mockery. If you want to humiliate Imran Khan or his wife, then you should understand the consequences of such actions. Are you disrespecting the justice system, or are you disrespecting the courts themselves? Or are you disrespecting yourselves? What should one think when this system has fallen so far that the only thing left to do is to invade someone's personal life? Every 2 weeks, you go to his residence, not caring about anything else. This is where the system stands now. This is where the courts stand now. We are forced to think, what kind of system is this and how can a person survive in it? That wraps up our translation of Samina Pasha's video. I hope this English version helped you understand her message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.